on the 9th Adhyay, and it's a beautiful Adhyay of the Gita, because in this Adhyay, Bhagwan is revealing to Arjun the most supreme secret by which Arjun, and through Arjun, all of us, can transform our lives. Most of us feel that we are stuck because of our prarabdha, because of our karmas, because of our conditions, because of other people. In today's shlokas, Bhagwan is giving you the secret of how you can change the circumstances of your life. That's why I love today's shlokas. So today I'm taking two shlokas, but I'm going to take them together. That is number 7 and 8. So let's chant it first. Sarvabhutani kaunteya prakritim yanti mamikam kalpakshaye punastani kalpadau visrijamyaham prakritim swamavashtabhya visrijami punha punaha bhutagramamimam kritsnam avasham prakriter vashat. Translation. Arjun, during the final dissolution, all beings enter my prakriti, the prime cause. And at the beginning of creation, I send them forth again. Wielding my nature, I procreate again and again according to their respective karmas. All this multitude of beings subject to the sway of their own nature. If you want to change your life, you need to have some knowledge of how to do it. And for that, you need to understand what this life is, where are we leading it, from where have we come, and where do we have to go. So let's see a little bit about this tangible world in which we live. This entire universe exists eternally, but it exists in two different states. It exists in a manifested state, and it also exists in an unmanifested state. Manifested means you can see. Unmanifested means you cannot see it with your eyes. So when Ishwar projects the world, it is in its manifest state. We call it Srishti, creation. And when this entire creation dissolves at the time of final dissolution, the universe goes into unmanifest state, and we call that pralay. So Srishti and pralay, this cycle is continuously, endlessly going on. Srishti pralay, Srishti pralay, Srishti pralay, endless. Okay? Now, how does this happen? When did it start? Why is it happening? All this is absolutely impossible for our limited mind and intellect to comprehend. So if we try to spend our time trying to solve this mystery, we will be wasting many lifetimes, because this mystery will always remain a mystery. But what we can focus on is this manifested world, which is coming and going, which cannot be the truth because it is continuously changing. What is the truth behind this continuous transformation? What is the substratum? What is the adhar? What is the support on which this Srishti Pralay is continuously happening? Because that is what is permanent. And whatever is permanent can only be the truth. So we need to spend our time focusing on the substratum, on the screen on which this movie of Srishti and Pralay is being played out. Okay. So what Bhagwan says here is at the time of final dissolution, kalpakshaye, that's the word. So what does it mean? Final dissolution means what? What is this pralay? What happens? So it means that at the end of one kalpa, at the end of one kalpa, which is one day of Brahmadev, at the end of that one kalpa, this universe, which is right now in a manifest state, will again become unmanifest. Everything will dissolve. Everything will become unmanifest, hidden. So how long is this one kalpa? Is it going to happen tomorrow? Are people going to get worried? What's going to happen to me? What's going to, when it's going to happen? When is this pralay going to happen? When is this kalpa coming to an end? Don't worry, because one kalpa is 4.32 billion earth years. 4.32 billion earth years. That is one day of Brahma. Okay. And okay, then someone will worry, but maybe, we are in the 4.32 billionth year. Maybe Pralay is going to happen tomorrow. There are so many doomsday sayers, They say, oh, the world is going to end. The world is going to end. Don't worry. What the rishis have told us, of course, I don't have proof of that, but what the Shastras, what the rishis have told us is that we still have, let me tell you, 4,26,874 years left. Enough time for you and me to get liberated. All right, provided we start working on it right now. So what happens at the time of dissolution? That is very important to know. Bhagwan says at the time of dissolution, what happens? Sarva bhutani yanti prakritim. All beings will go back to nature. All beings will go back to prakriti. Means they will all go back to the unmanifested state of the universe. What is prakriti? What is this unmanifested state? What is this primal cause? What is this prakriti? Nature, what he refers to. Prakriti is nothing but vasanas. So at the end of the kalpa, when the srishti, when the manifest world dissolves and goes into unmanifest state, it goes into collective vasana state. Samasti vasana, the vasana of all beings together. How does all this happen? Those individuals at that time who are not yet liberated, who are not yet Jivan Mukta. Jivan Muktas will not have to go through this. Those who are not Jivan Mukta at the time of Pralay, what they will do is they will entirely go into a potent seed-like state, latent, potent seed-like state in Prakriti, in their causal body. And they will lie there waiting to sprout again at the time of when Srishti gets recreated. At the time of recreation, at the time of manifestation, in seed-like form, we will remain in our causal body, in our vasanas, but potent, latent, and seed-like, so that when it is time to sprout, we will once again become manifested in the world. So when we have to get manifested in the world, Bhagwan says, Punastani kalpadau visrijamyaham. At the beginning of creation, at the end of creation, at the time of dissolution, we have gone into the seed-like form. At the beginning of creation, when Srishti starts again, Bhagwan, Ishwar, will send these beings forth back into manifested state. It's just like we're all in a room here. Then suddenly we all go out of the room, nobody's left. The door opens, we come back into the room. Just like that. Come into the universe, go out of the universe. But we still exist out of the room also, right? We still exist in Prakriti at the time of Pralay in seed form. Each individual at the time of being sent forth into the manifested world, each individual will be projected back into the universe based on their own vasanas, their own sanskars, their own karmas. What we took with us at the time of Pralay, with that luggage only, with that baggage only, we will come back. Bhagwan says, Prakriter Vashat. These individuals are subject to the sway of their own nature. The individual is bound by his vasanas. He has carried these vasanas with him at the time of his death, at the time of Pralay. Just like you have some wishes in your at night when you go to sleep, when you wake up in the morning, the same wishes there in your mind. So the same vasanas with which he went into Pralay, when he will be brought back into the manifest world, he will come back with the same unfulfilled desires. And Ishwar, who's projecting these individuals back into the world, he has absolutely no authority to change the vasanas. Ishwar has absolutely no interest in changing the vasanas. Ishwar actually has no way to change the vasanas. What vasanas you have, what luggage you went with, same luggage you will come back. Okay. Whatever the universe will get projected, will get manifested, will be such that it can fulfill those desires which you will be bringing back with you from your previous lifetime. Same desires which you're bringing back, the universe will be there, all situations will be there, all conditions will be there for you to fulfill those vasanas. So wherever you have taken birth, that same condition is there for you to fulfill your vasanas. However, the wise ones don't wait to fulfill their vasanas in those conditions. They become aware of their vasanas and they master their vasanas. They rise above their vasanas, which means they don't carry back any excess baggage and therefore they don't have to take birth again. You see, it is so beautiful. At night, when we go to sleep, so many wishes are there in our mind. And when we wake up with those wishes. Of course, after waking up, you may introspect, you may think, do I really need to do this? You may change the vasana, you may change your desire, you may change your wish, but to change the wish has to be there. So you're waking up with that wish, and then you might change it. And that is what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to wake up and we are supposed to overcome our vasanas. We're supposed to become aware of our vasanas. We're supposed to become aware of how our vasanas are binding us to repeated cycles of birth, death, birth, death. What's wrong with that? Why can't I always have birth and death? I'm enjoying. Well, with the enjoyment, with the pleasure, there's always going to be pain. So if you are ready to keep on facing pleasure and pain, no problem. Indulge in the vasanas. But if you want to rise above them, because when you rise above them, that pleasure that you're getting from the vasanas will be just an iota, a drop of the bliss that you will feel from the freedom of not having any desires. So, how come we are creating this and what will we do with all these vasanas that we have been born with? Let's take an example of how this creation happens according to our own vasanas. I'll take the example of when we started moving into our Siva center in Chembur. So we wanted a space for our center where we could conduct our classes. So we had some wish list. We said it has to have a large pillarless hall. There should be space for a stage. There should be some conference room. There should be washrooms. There should be a pantry. The place should be of this nature, this size, this whatever. So we had a wish list. And so when we got this place, according to our wishes, it manifested. And then we asked the contractors to build and design the space according to our needs. So we said we need the stage to be there, we need this to be there, we need that to be there. And the contractor made it according to our blueprint. Our blueprint was our needs. Our needs are our wishes, okay, our desires. So once we started operating from the center, we were so happy, but then we realized it is too small. Maybe we should have made the stage a little taking up less space. Maybe we should have had the conference room a little smaller. Maybe we should have had the pantry a little bigger. Maybe this, maybe that. When we come into the creation, which is being made according to our blueprint only, then we find some flaws, we find some defects, we want to change this, we would prefer to have that, we will prefer this, we will prefer that, but now we can't change it. We cannot change all that. So now what to do? Then we see what can be possibly changed, make adjustments, and what cannot be changed, we accept gladly as it is, right? This is, of course, our Siva center. In the same way, we have gone into the unmanifest state with certain vasanas, certain desires, certain unfulfilled wishes. Then when we come back, when it's time to come back into the manifest world, Ishwar has to project us forth and project us forth with our own manifested world. So he will design, he will design our world, he will tailor make our world, he will create a world for what? To suit our vasanas. So he will create firstly an entire universe to suit the collective vasanas of all jivas. And particularly for each individual, we will be put into an environment, our world, my private world, my personal world, where my personal ichhas, my personal desires will get an opportunity to get fulfilled. Because that is my blueprint. That is what I have given the contractor, who is Ishwar. So Ishwar can only create according to my blueprint. So we cannot blame God. Why are you making the world like this? Why have you created poor people? Why have you created robbers? Why have you created terrorists? Why have you created this? Don't ask Ishwar. Ishwar has no say in the matter. You have collectively given this blueprint. Bhagwan has no say in the matter. He simply creates. Okay. So once long ago, when I had visited my Dada Guruji in Naimisharanya, he told us this story that one foreigner had come to visit him. And that foreigner asked that my Dada Guruji, why has God made this world? So Dada Guruji said, I will give you the answer, but tell me first, do you like mangoes? So he said, yes, I love mangoes. He said, we have an orchard, mango orchard. First you eat the mango, then I will answer your question. So some lovely ripe mangoes were brought and cut and prepared and given to the foreigner, and he relished them, he ate them. And then he asked the question again, Why has God made this world? And so Dada Guruji said, when you have come into this world with an intention, with a vasana, with a desire to eat mango, and therefore this world had to be created with this mango for you to fulfill your desire. You have to understand the meaning of this. This entire universe is like one big mall, shopping center, and all the wishes of all jivas are available in this mall, because that is what you have ordered, that is what you have needed. And so Bhagwan has created it for you. And each jiva has his preference, his likes, his dislikes. And so all different vasanas can be possibly, which can possibly exist, can be fulfilled. But do you need to fulfill all the vasanas and be bound by more and more stronger vasanas? Is the question we need to ask ourselves. So this universe is created because of the collective vasanas of all the jivas. Okay? So this collective vasana of all jivas is called Prakriti. In Sankhya Yoga, they call it Prakriti. In Vedant, we call it Maya. Same thing. Maya, Prakriti, collective Samasti Vasana, these are all what is the collective vasanas of all jivas, which has got projected and this entire universe has got created. So at the collective level, Prakriti Maya is the word, and at the individual level, we simply call it Vasana. Okay? So Ishwar projects this universe through the collective Vasana or through the power called Maya. Now, what can we do if we realize that, oh gosh, why did I create this world? Why did I create all this? Why did I come with so many vasanas? In my previous life, God knows what all I did. Why did I have to create all these things? Chembur Center, we can make changes. We can break a wall, we can add a wall, we can make a stage, break a stage, we can do all that. But how will I break the walls of my karma? How will I break the walls of these vasanas which bind me to sansar? And this is the beauty of this shloka. This is where we are no longer Katputli, we are no longer puppets. Anyway, we are not puppets in the hand of Bhagwan, because Bhagwan is not doing anything. We ourselves have created our world, right? So to change our world, very important. To change our world, we have to change our own self. How? We have given the blueprint, right, of the Srishti of our personal world. We have given. The Jiva has given the blueprint. Change the blueprint. How to change the blueprint? Blueprint is based on what? My vasanas. Therefore, I have to change the quality of my vasanas. Everything is hinging on the vasanas. I have to change my aspirations. I have to change the kind, the quality, the tamasic, rajasic, or sattvic gunas of my vasanas. I have to change my life, my vision of the world. I have to change the vision of myself. I have to change my mindset. I have to change my attitude. All this is happening through satsang. Unfortunately, people attend satsang year after year after year, but they don't make any change. That is the saddest part of being in this spiritual world. When we will change our own inner blueprint, then the world will change for us. How will the world change? Because Ishwar is constantly creating, constantly maintaining, and constantly destroying. In earlier adhyayas, there was a shlok where Bhagwan Krishna tells Arjun, I am continuously doing my work. If even for 1 second I stop doing my work, the world will come to an end. What is this work that Bhagwan is doing? Creating, maintaining, and destroying. And he's creating, maintaining, and destroying according to my vasanas and your vasanas. Change the vasanas. Bhagwan will also create according to our changed vasanas. He will give us that environment. He will provide us with the circumstances. He will give us the opportunity to suit our new vasanas. He will give us an opportunity to change the world according to our new personality, our new way of thinking, our new antakaran. We are not changing inside. We want the world to change. Impossible. This world cannot change without it changing first here. The blueprint of my world is here. And therefore, this has to change before that can change. Bhagwan is not simply creating a world separate from himself. Ishwar projects the world is one way of saying it, but Ishwar manifests himself as the world. Ishwar is the very essence of this universe. There is no separateness between Ishwar and the universe. This manifested world is itself Ishwar. Ishwar is pervading the world. Ishwar is permeating every kan of this world. There is no way that there can be anything which is not the divinity. So, as you desire, listen, as you desire to experience the world in that same manner, Ishwar, Bhagwan, will manifest himself for you. Did you get that? The way you want to experience the world, Bhagwan will manifest himself in that way for you. And in that process, you will see in the next shloka, he remains unaffected. He remains indifferent. He remains unattached. He remains unpolluted, indifferent to whatever has been created. The creation and you is the only connection. Ishwar simply does what you have asked for. He is manifesting only what we desire. And he is manifesting exactly according to our demands of our vasanas. This could be taken to change your life. That is why this adhyaya is called Raja Vidya, Raja Guhya Yoga. This is Raja Vidya. This is supreme knowledge. This is not available anywhere except through the mouth of Bhagwan Krishna. And his Raja Guhya, it is a secret. The secret of attaining the highest state. Just reading this shloka, you cannot get it. Bhagwan is explaining it to us. That is why take this knowledge, take this secret and apply it. You can change your world according to whatever you want. And you know that. We have studied the secret, manifest this, manifest that. But we are using this secret to manifest more of sansar. And that is the pity. When we have got proof that we can manifest more vishayas of sansar through the power of our intention, Why are we not using this power to manifest divinity? If your mumukshutva, your desire, your yearning to unite with the divine is so potent, so deep, such a burning yearning, then divinity will manifest itself in front of you. Just remember that for the week. I can go ahead, but I've decided not to do it at the next shlok. I want you to stay with this most powerful thought and use it to change your life, to change your world. Okay? Oh. 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 Satoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Hari Om. Chidarpanam. Jai Gurudev. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you Zoom team. Thank you Bhavna for chanting. God bless you all. See you now on Monday. God bless.
Pranama.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Bhavna.
Bhavna.
Pranama. Good night, all. Pranama.
God bless. God bless Carrier. God bless
Pranam,
Vedika. Happy to see you. God bless.
Pranam. Thank you, Didi.
Pranama.
God bless Navya. God bless
Pranam.
Naisha.
Thank you.
God bless all the shishus. God bless Alena. God bless you all. Future of Siva.
Really blessed.